Hi there, this is Candy Schwark for OPC Art to Go. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher at OPC for several years now of various topics, book folding, echo printing. So I thought I would bring you a book folding today of a Christmas tree. Some of you have taken my class, but I thought, well, let's do it as an Art to Go project. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's begin. You can begin with a large hardcover book or softcover book, but we're going to be using paperback books today, and you're going to fold the whole book. So you be prepared to spend some time. It may get a little hard on your hands after a while, but if you just keep going and take a break, it's really not a very difficult fold. First of all, we're going to take the cover off of the book. Just rip it right off. Now, so you can leave it on while you're working. It does provide some stability, but I prefer working without it. Now, let's look at what we're going to do. We're going to be folding every page several times, and there are two ways that we're going to end up. One could have a bottom like this, that's kind of straight across, and the other style is to not fold off the bottom, and then you would have points at the bottom like this one. So I'm going to probably do the one with the points to show you that, and then I'll go back and show you the other ones. So the first thing you're going to do is take your pages, and you're going to do this for every single page. Fold it back towards the spine, and if you have a ruler or something firm that you can rub against this, even a knife, to make really sharp points, that would be really helpful. I use my fingernail. In some of these pages you may end up redoing because it doesn't, you'll be off a little bit. So now we're going to roll this part back against the spine and make sure you have a point at the top, and then I hold it down and then once again press, and that is your first fold. And you can, smooth it out a little bit. You're going to have to push these out of the way as we get deeper into the book. If you make a mistake, just tear the page out or refold it. I just refold it because it's a tree, and a tree doesn't have everything perfectly in line. At least it usually doesn't. So you're going to keep going. The next page, fold down to the spine, fold it back, and then this I just roll. I kind of, even though we're going to be folding it, I roll it so that I get a nice point at the top and smooth it down. So it's going to look like this, and you can see how the points are forming now at the bottom. So this would be the bottom of the tree. Okay. Now, naturally, I'm not going to show you the whole book folding this way because the video would take a very long time. But I'm going to get you started here so that you can see how it goes. And then I will finish a book and show you the finishing stages of it. But as you get into the book, these pages are going to get very thick and cumbersome, and your points may be off at the top, so I just go in with my fingernail or something sharp and kind of straighten them. Sometimes they tear, but you're going to be putting something on the top of the tree that's decorative, which will hide any imperfections in the top of the tree. If you get more and more pages up like this folded, you might want to take a clip and hold them just to get them out of your way. You can also, as you get into the book, is kind of break the spine a little bit. Just pull it back, and that'll help folding also. If your book gets really full when you're like this and folded, then you can stop. You can make a skinnier tree. But this tree, as you can see, is pretty thick. And I used the whole book on this one. And your top will be a little wonky, but that's okay because you'll be decorating it. Now, when I do these books, I decorate them. Sometimes I don't decorate them, but you can put sequins, glue sequins, or buttons, or costume jewelry that you have that you might don't know what to do with. Like I have drawers of that. You could put a garland of those little twinkle lights on them. Make sure they don't get hot, the twinkle lights. You could put lace around it like a garland. So there are lots of ideas to do this. Or you could just leave them plain. Now when I first started doing these, I just left them as a flat bottom sitting on the table. And it's fun to make several where they're different size books because, you know, their paperback books come in this size, but they also come in larger sizes. So it's nice to see a table full of trees in different sizes. But when I first did these, I just took a little votive glass and glued it to the bottom. And then you can put a twinkle light in it. Make sure you put it so the opening's at the bottom, and you can put a twinkle light, and then up on a mantle it looks really pretty. You can also find, maybe at a flea market or maybe in your own cupboard, a candlestick, and they look really nice on a tall candlestick, especially these smaller ones. So those are a couple of ideas. So I hope that you can see how I'm folding this down, and the point, making sure there's a point, and then pressing it, and then rolling this, and I'm kind of keeping my finger here and rolling it over to the spine for the second fold, and then folding it down. Now, if you wanted to have the flat bottom tree, what you would do is take these points and you would just fold them in so they'd be out of the way. Let me take this one. Just fold it back underneath. Oops, I'm not doing so well here. That's what I usually do. I fold it over and then I tuck it in. And that, you know, is an extra step, but either way, they both look really nice. So then you just fold it over and then you don't have a point anymore. I'll do that one more time. So you take your point, you fold it over, and, you know, do a crease on your fold there, and then tuck it inside. And my fingers are getting in the way. There you go. And then crease it down again. So that's two ways of doing it. And then you just keep folding and folding and folding. But like I said, when you get to the very end, it will be very cumbersome with all of these papers folded. So be sure and clip them or rubber band them back so they're out of your way. And then do a few more. So I will show you a book as it comes to its end, and you can see how full it is. Okay, here's a book it's been folded to the very end, and I had points left on this one. You can see it gets a little bit messy. The spine, if you can see, is there. It's kind of embedded now. A couple times a paper tore or just got cumbersome, and I just tore it out. But what you can do, and let me see if I can find one here. Sometimes when I fold, I go back and I see, oh dear, I didn't go all the way to the spine. So you can see how that is not touching the spine. So it will stick out a little bit on the edge. If it bothers you, just refold it. Just pick it up and roll it back to the spine and refold it. And it'll be fine. And then at the end, you'll have all these folds, and I just kind of pull them around and shape them. And you will have a little indentation where the spine was. But like I said, you'll be decorating it. You can always put that to the back. And then you can put decorations on the top, and I'll show you that next. Okay, here are some ideas for decorating your tree. You could decorate it really for any season. I found some stickers that are Halloween. You could do some fall leaves on the tree, maybe some smaller ones and larger ones, and put them all over the tree for fall or Thanksgiving. But I'm going to continue doing this with some E6000 glue, which I'm putting on the top. And then I had this little flower thing I've had for ages, and I thought, oh, that looks really cute on the top. And then I had stickers, And these stickers I just put around, which look like buttons. And I really like that black and white look, especially with the text. But you could use seashells, you could use all kinds of buttons, beads, as I said before, costume jewelry that you don't want anymore. Stickers are wonderful. They have them for every season. But you might just want to use what you have in your drawers. Even something like paper clips with bows on them would be really cute too. So I'm going to show you a couple of images of finished trees, and then I hope you take off and do your own ideas. There's so many things to do. There's stars to put on top, or little knobs like this that they sell. I use this, by the way, to fold down the paper sometimes. I meant to show you that before. So just a popsicle stick will work, or an emery file or something. And so you really just need a book, some decorations of things that you might have around the house, some kind of hard, firm glue like E6000, a popsicle stick, a bunch of books, and maybe a little tree skirt, or you could use a candlestick holder or a votive light, or your own imagination. So thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let us know. Bye-bye.